Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're all having a great day. Today I'd like to talk to you about purchasing your first property and whether it makes sense to do so. So in order to determine whether this is the right time to make the leap into home ownership, you want to ask yourself two questions. First is, can you commit to an area for 5 or more years? The reason why I say 5 years is because it typically takes at least 5 years for the appreciation to offset your closing costs. When you go to sell, you're going to have to pay certain closing costs, including attorney fees, realtor commissions, prorated taxes, etc. And you want to make sure that the home is increasing in value enough to offset these costs. Otherwise, you might take a loss. Next, you want to determine whether you can actually afford to be a homeowner. The best way to do this is to contact a mortgage banker and have them run a pre-approval. The pre-approval is free and it's very easy. Your mortgage banker will take into consideration your income, any investments you may have, your credit, your debts, etc., in order to gain an overall picture of what you can afford. Now, it's very important that you have that pre-approval done before you start looking for property, because most sellers will not consider your offer unless it's accompanied with the pre-approval letter. That pre-approval shows the seller that you're capable and you're serious about buying his or her home. Now, there's a lot of speculation out there right now whether it makes more sense to rent or to buy. And in my opinion, it makes a lot more sense to buy. Reason being is that it's very challenging right now to save money for retirement. And home ownership is one of the best ways to do that. Because when you put down your down payment, you're planting a seed. You're planting a seed for financial stability and wealth. With each monthly mortgage payment you make, you're paying down your debt, and with the appreciation, your investment is growing in value. So that seed is growing. You're building equity. And after years go by, you can use that equity to purchase a second home as an investment and collect income off that investment. Or you can choose to upgrade and sell your current home and move into a nicer, larger home. But that equity is very important, and it is something that you gain from home ownership, as opposed to renting where you're gaining nothing. Now take this example. If you buy a property for $150,000 at a 30-year fixed interest rate, and your monthly payments are $900 a month, after the life of that loan, you would end up paying $324,000. But if you factor in appreciation at a conservative 3% annual, you would end up having an asset worth $364,000. Now compare that to renting that same home. At $900 a month, assuming no rent hikes, you would still end up paying $324,000 for that 30-year period. But you would own nothing. If you owned that home, you would have an asset worth $364,000. So obviously it makes more sense to own as opposed to rent. Also factor in that interest rates are still low. They're still under 4%, which benefits buyers greatly. And finally, taxes. You're able to write off your mortgage interest. You're able to write off the square footage in your office space if you use it as an office for work. You can use the tax code to your advantage if you are a homeowner as opposed to a renter. So again, based on the first two questions I asked, if those make sense and you can commit to the area for 5 years and you can afford to be a homeowner, I highly recommend starting as early as possible and purchasing your first property. Now, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help. I specialize in Chicago and the surrounding western suburbs, and I love helping first-time homebuyers. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking of purchasing your first home, or if you know someone who is, please share this video with them and please reach out to me. I'd love to help. Thanks everyone. Have a great day.